Hello folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Legacy video. This one supported by Ali F, who donated in kind of an unusual way that I'm not exactly going to get into. But essentially, they gave me this deck on Magic Online and said, hey, I used to play this, I think this deck needs to be optimized, see what you can do with it. And the overall idea was to be a Griselbrand Storm hybrid deck. The idea was that you dump Griselbrand into the graveyard and then reanimate it with Goryo's Vengeance and Shallowgrave. And after that, you just play a whole bunch of mana stuff, maybe Temur Battle Rage your Griselbrand, crash in, draw more cards, and Tendrils of Agony your opponent. And when I looked at this deck, I went, I think I need to Goldfish this. And so what I'm about to show you is my results from goldfishing the first couple of hands with this deck. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of sample hands and just try this deck out real quick. So this one doesn't have any mana sources, so I need to mulligan it. This one does not do anything, so we need to mulligan it. This is a 5-card hand that has a Shallowgrave and can't really do anything else, so we need to mulligan it. Okay, this one doesn't do anything either. Okay, so this would be mulliganing to 3. I would probably keep this at this point and bin mana and things that aren't redraws. If I was on the draw, I'd do that. Go ahead and fetch, grab Badlands, Faithless Looting, and I have whiffed off Faithless Looting, which is really bad. I probably need to keep the thing that's redraws and Faithless Looting. Oh, I probably need to land. Alright, so that would be my turn. That's a Tendrils. Faithless Looting. At this point, I would probably just be dead for not doing anything. Let's try another game here. We're just creating these in solitaire mode to just try out the original version of the deck. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand also doesn't do anything. This hand doesn't do anything. Simian, Spirit Guide, Rite of Flame. Man, I'm on 4 cards? No, this doesn't do anything either. Uh-oh. I think we've got a problem. Okay. This hand doesn't do anything. It has so much mana, but I can't reanimate this Griselbrand. This one doesn't do anything either. One also doesn't do anything. Okay. So I think there's some problems in the list. Okay, so things were going wrong. The deck wasn't working. So I do what I usually do in these cases. I ask someone who knows what the F they're talking about for some help. So I turned to my friend Bryant Cook and I was like, hey Bryant, I've got this Storm deck. It's not working for me. It's clunky. I want to tune this. I want this to work. What should I do? And he looked at the list and he remembered some old decks from way back in the day, and they got me on the right track. So he sent me this article from 2014 about Burning Reanimator. And the idea was that you do kind of this same hybrid Griselbrand shenanigans, but you also have a Burning Wish package. And wouldn't you know it, way back in that day, they were running Meltdown. That sounds great. And so I started exploring this idea. So Bryant sent me this deck list, and then he sent me one from 2017 Eternal Weekend, which worked on the same overall strategy. And this one actually had the Goryo's Vengeance and Shallowgrave package, and so I wanted to keep the spirit of the donation deck list intact, and I also wanted to try to move in this direction. And so I built a completely new deck. The donor called this deck the Tenderizer, and honestly, that's a pretty cool name, so let's stick with it. So let's go on a little deck tech journey, oh geez, for what I built and why I built it. Okay, let's start with the main deck. So when I started talking with Bryant about how to fix the deck list, he said that he thought the original version was probably a budget-ish version and that we should probably get Lion's Eye Diamond into the list. And once we got Lion's Eye Diamond into the list, it made sense to add Exhume. Because you can play Exhume, crack Lion's Eye Diamond, get your creature into the graveyard, and then return your creature. And that's all fine and dandy, and then you can go into the Grizzlebrand thing. And that sounded like a fantastic choice to me. So that's one of the biggest main deck changes that I made, was just adding a way to actually put the Grizzlebrand into play more permanently. I also took a package from Tin Fins and added a 1 of Children of Corliss and a Scrubland to support it. So we can draw a bunch of cards with Grizzlebrand, use the Children, and then bring it back and draw another 14-ish cards. And once I penciled in the Burning Wish package, it made sense to add in some utility. So I added a regular Reanimate and an Exhume to the sideboard so that we could actually reanimate off Burning Wish. And then I added 2 Storm spells off the sideboard, 1 Tendrils of Agony and 1 Empty the Warrens. That meant that since I added Burning Wish, I could decrease the number of Tendrils in the main deck from 3 back down to 1. And so then you don't run into as many spots where you just draw the Storm spell and you're not ready to go off. And then we just have a couple of things to help deal with opposing stuff. We have a Massacre for the Hate Bear style decks, we have a Pyroclasm to just get rid of stuff, but for the non-planes matchups. And we have an Empty the Warrens, and of course Meltdown for all that affinity BS that's running around right now. Okay, now let's talk about the sideboard, because the other column here probably looks weird. The original donation deck list wanted to play a couple of Emrakuls and then Through the Breach as a way to juke Graveyard Hate. And when I talked to Bryant, I was like, hey, I think this is too expensive. What do you think of this? And he was pretty lukewarm on it too. Bryant originally suggested Stronghold's Gambit, but I said, yeah, but what about Endurance? Because Endurance junks the graveyard, and it's a creature that's in hand for Stronghold Gambit, so that doesn't work. And then I came up with this crazy mad scientist idea of, what if we do what Sneak and Show is doing, and we play Ragavan? Ragavan is an insane card that spirals games on its own, and it also makes a whole bunch of mana. And wouldn't you know it, my combo deck wants a whole bunch of mana when it's going off. So I thought this was great. And then I thought, hey, what if we surveil a Grizzlebrand into the graveyard? Or what if we just make a 3/3 that can kill our opponent while digging towards our missing combo piece? And that all sounded fantastic to me. So we are going to be playing 8 creatures in the sideboard as a juke. After my opponent boards out all of their removal in game 1, bam, we hit them with 8 1-drop creatures and we trim out some of our combo package. I'm not sure how good this deck is going to be in practice. I'm excited to try it. I still have some questions. I'm not sure if Rite of Flame is better than something like, say, Chrome Mox, because we have this mixture between red rituals and black rituals, and sometimes that could end up being a little bit awkward. We'll kind of see how it plays out. I'm also not sure what portion of the time I'm a Storm deck versus what portion of the time I'm a Reanimator deck. I don't know how consistently I'm actually able to just fully Storm off. So we'll find that out. Anyway, this deck tech was probably longer than normal, but I hope it was useful to kind of showcase the brewing process. If you enjoy this content, please click the like button. If you have any thoughts on the deck, please let me know. I'm sure the donor would appreciate it. All right, let's battle. Okay, round 1. This hand doesn't exactly do anything, but it has an Entomb, it has a couple of redraws, I can junk away some of these lands. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I'm not sure how aggressively I'm supposed to mulligan with this deck, but I think there's enough different things I can hit that will be okay that, oh no, don't chalice me. Oh, thank God. Saw my life flash before my eyes there. Alright, Faithless Looting. Against Ancient Tomb, I probably don't have to play around Wasteland. Let's go Badlands into Faithless Looting. Entomb, Goryo's Vengeance. Next turn is looking hot. I think I'm going to bin the second Faithless Looting and 1 land. If we don't get hit by a prison piece, I am doing the thing next turn. Eat? Don't prison me, don't prison me, don't prison me. That's not a prison card. Oh, baby. Turn 1. Or sorry, turn 2, game 1. Are we just doing it? I think we're just doing it. Alright. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Entomb. There is still Force of Will. Things can still happen. Oh, there's a pause. There's a pause. Oh, they force a negation, did. I have another one. I don't even feel bad. Alright. We need to entomb one Grizzledad. There is one Grizzledad. And he is here. And he is ready to party. Hot damn. Here we go. We're gonna draw 14 now. I still have a black mana floating. These cards are fine. Go 7 deeper. I have a Burning Wish. I'm guessing this wins. Storm is 6. Yeah, this should win. I'll go Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, LED. Now I haven't played a land yet, so I can just get a red mana here. Rite of Flame. This is 5 mana. I can go ahead and hold priority. Cast Burning Wish. Actually, I don't even need to crack this for mana. I can save the LED in case something goes wrong. I'm already at Lethal Storm. Use this ability. Yes. Get Tendrils. Tendrils. Target you. Oh my god, we got the kill. We got the kill with Tenderizer 2.0. Yeah. Aw, baby. Okay. So here's the thing about the sideboard plan against a Chalice deck. All these things cost 1, so Chalice on 1 is still pretty damn good against us. But that's what Meltdown is for. Okay. So what do I want to board out and what do I want to board in? I 100% want these Ragavans. Dragon Rage Channeler has evasion, which is pretty sick. Alright, let's plan for 8. So if I want to plan for 8, how do I do that? Maybe go down on some mana. Maybe go like minus Rite of Flame, minus the main deck Tendrils. This one is only legendary. This one is the top card. Those do different things. Maybe I go Children out, go down like a Shallow's Grave and the Gorios. That's 8. Still leaves me with the possibility of doing Reanimator shit. And I just have a pivot plan. I think I'm good with this. I think I'm the worst at game 2 of all of these games. Ah, no mana. No mana. Mulligan. Entomb. Grizzlebrand. Crack LED. Go. Yeah. Yeah, I keep this. I'll get rid of Faithless Looting here. Oh, didn't get Leylined? Vault. Opal. Crypt. Alright, fair. Passing the turn, eh? I might be able to unangle a situation where I try to exhume at sorcery speed and then just, like, cast Shallowgrave in response. That would be fucking sick. Oh, I'm so excited about this deck. This was a great project. Alright. Badlands, Dragon Rage Channeler. Now we can start this Surveil stuff, too. Shallowgrave, you can go to the graveyard. Okay. I mean, that's a great turn. Eat your heart out, Tormod's Crypt. Alright, new artifact land. And that's just it. Grizzlebrand. Okay, so this almost works. This almost works. Alright. So let's go ahead and entomb. And let's do the whole Surveil thing. Try to hit a sorcery or a creature here, or an artifact. Oh? Excuse me? You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled, huh? Fuck. Fuck. I hope my opponent can't get to 8 mana. Okay. Okay. Dark Ritual. That can go to graveyard. Oh shit, I should have fetched in response to the opposition agent. That was dumb. I was just so like dumbfounded by the existence of that card that I did a dumb. Opponent now gets to see my shenanigans. Hold on, did they fail to find... yeah, I don't think they found anything. Okay. Cool. So Dragon Rage Channeler is not ready to go. I only have 2 card types. Yep. Alright, we'll be passing the turn. I do wish I had fetched with Arid Mesa. That was a pretty big misstep. But my opponent just, like, totally caught me with my pants down with Opposition Agent. Oh, shit. They exhumed for Thoughtseize. I see. That's what they did. I just, like, looked at Thoughtseize and went, that's not a creature. But, like, that's not what Entomb does. Okay, cool. I figured it out. Alright, they've taken my Shallow Grave. And they're crashing on in. That's fine. Not gonna try to, like, block and get cute here. It's a new Lion's Eye Diamond. That'll Surveil. Dark Ritual can go to the bin. Yeah, if I had fetched in response to Opposition Agent, I could do Exhume shenanigans this turn. But I can't do that. Oh god, do they have another one? Shit, they have another one. I think I'm more or less comfortable conceding here. I'm just not going to beat losing this creature here, plus the graveyard hate. Let's go to the next game. I do like how the Dragon Rage Channelers felt, though. Burning Wish for Pyroclasm is something that can help with the shenanigans on the other side. I think I like how Exhume feels over Shallow Grave here. And I think that's it. I think I still keep these critters. The Opposition Agent means that the smaller Dragon Rage Channelers can be a little bit awkward, but I think it's fine. Alright. I have a lot of mana. I can put Grizzlebrand into the graveyard 2 different ways, but I can't actually do anything afterwards. I'm going to mulligan this. This one goes land, Dragon Rage Channeler, or it can go Entomb into Shallow Grave immediately, or I can Thoughtseize. This hand does a lot of different stuff. I'm going to keep this hand and just throw back the Faithless Looting. I think I just want to put the Dragon Rage Channeler into play on turn 1, and Thoughtseize my opponent, I think, rather than just go like absolutely as turbo as possible. Just work towards fueling a Dragon Rage Channeler and assume that all the spells I cast over the course of a game give me enough value that this is just good. Oh, I'll put that into my graveyard. Thank you kindly. Alright, so now the question is, do I still Thoughtseize my opponent? I think I do. I think I try to find a land off Surveil. This just paves the way, and I think paving the way is good. I'm also just going to have 4 things in graveyard for Dragon Rage Channeler, which is also just fucking sick. Alright, Force of Will pitching Thought Monitor. Surveil another Dragon Rage Channeler. Be still my beating heart. I think I just keep that on top. We can go for the Shallow Grave based win later. Tapped artifact land. Okay, I mean, Tormod's Crypt is legit. Alright, so Dragon Rage Channeler. Oh, you attack each turn of Able. You don't have haste or anything. I'll bash in for 3. I would not be surprised to see my opponent just crack the Crypt there. Just eliminate the Grizzlebrand and strand this stuff. Alright. Fire of Industry from my opponent. Into a Chalice on 1. That's fine. Oh, second Tormod Crypt is really good. Now I can't just Shallow Grave in response to the first Tormod Crypt. Land. Okay. Do I cast Entomb now? With double Surveil? I guess Entomb is an instant. And I can put Entomb plus 2 other cards into the graveyard. That's not really worth doing yet. I will cast Entomb on my opponent's turn, though. Okay, looks like that's all they've got. That's fine. So I'll cast Entomb. I'll do this Surveil stuff. Mountain, you can go into the graveyard. And basically everything was going into the graveyard here. And Entomb, you can go into the graveyard too. Alright, so we have instant and land in the graveyard now. Burning Wish is sorcery. That's sick. and that's going to get Meltdown, which is just disgusting as well. Oh, you're not going to go into the graveyard. You exile yourself. Petal, you go into the graveyard. And Lion's Eye Diamond, you go into the graveyard. Oh, a reaction from my opponent. Oh, if this gets countered, that's my 4th card type, actually. This is like Metallic Rebuke, is that the name of that Invoke counterspell? Yeah. No, I will not pay for that. Now I have 2 3/3s. Get them. Opponent below Tormod's Crypt for 4 life. Dragon Rage Channelers are sick. They will not. Alright, that's an Emery. And an Ashiok in graveyard. Spicy. Alright, Faithless Looting. Okay, so what's a little awkward here is that my opponent can attack... Things can get a little weird this turn, in that like I can attack in and then my opponent can Tormod's Crypt after blocking. Well, they'd have to do it pre-blocks. Regardless, they attack each turn if able. They're getting in. They're hungry. Alright, so you nuke my graveyard. That's fine. Now, I believe it is correct to Surveil here twice off Dragon Rage Channeler rather than trying to return one of these next turn and getting one less Surveil. How sick would it be if I hit a Grizzlebrand here, by the way? Did not happen. Okay. That's fine. So I hit 3 card types for this. Alright, new artifact land for my opponent. Oh god, I have to deal with fucking Tormod's Crypt every turn for the rest of the game. That's some shit. Alright, well, I guess I'll cast LED. Thoughtseize can go into the graveyard. 3 card types. I can crack LED to make it 4. But, like, my opponent is just gonna do Tormod's Crypt shit anyway. I kind of want to just cast this and try to find another Burning Wish and just like leave it on top of my library. The genius, how does he do it? So the question is, like, how do I use the Burning Wish? Because I can Burning Wish for Meltdown. I can also just Burning Wish for something like Tendrils and use that to finish off my opponent. Or just make a handful of goblins. Sure. Alright, Tormod's Crypt is going to come back. View sideboard. I'm 1 mana short of just casting a Tendrils. Or I can melt down and destroy. These are indestructible, right? Yeah, these are indestructible. I can destroy these 3 permanents, but I don't know that that actually gets me that far. Alright. Well, I guess I'm... Yeah, I actually saved the Burning Wish, because I want to go, like, land Burning Wish, crack LED, Tendrils. That's the plan. Opposition Agent will suck if my opponent has it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, I mean, that's happening. Okay. Yeah, that's going down. Your time in the sun has passed. We are now on the Tendrils plan for the last 6 points of life. If my opponent's smart and casts Chalice on 2, life's bad. We'll see. They might just try to grind value by getting Strix back. Yeah, they're getting Crypt back. They're just playing safe. Okay. So I'll just pass the turn, and then I need any one castable spell to kill my opponent, and just hope they don't Chalice on 2. I think that's better than putting it into my hand and just being further Storm away. Yeah, okay. They're going for the card draw. They also might have enough 2-drops where it doesn't make sense for them to actually do that. I don't know exactly what their deck construction looks like. They're on a bit of a brew. I say playing this pile. Yet. Okay. Yeah, I need just a little more. I don't have it. To pass. And that land doesn't really do anything in the face of Opposition Agent, unfortunately. But with, like, Faithless Looting being, you know, dead, can't just save this in hand and expect it to do stuff. I take 4 here. Oh no, I think my opponent's gonna Chalice on 2, and I'm gonna have a bad time. Oh no. They could do a redundant Chalice on 1. Oh, thank God. They are doing a redundant Chalice on 1. Alright. Lotus Petal. Burning Wish. Holding priority. Bracking for black, black, black. Do you have a counter spell? Oh no. Oh no. Metallic root. Oh no, it's Force of Negation. Okay. Alright. That's bad. Alright, we played towards the outs. The outs didn't work. Life's bad. Like, I think our opponent made some missteps that worked towards my favor, but I think I don't win from here. Okay, Chalice on 2. I believe I do not have outs to that. I will throw in the towel here, but that was hella fun. Like, I really enjoyed that game. Okay, round 2. Unfortunately, this hand has the same side of the deck problem. We have 3 reanimation spells and no way to get something into the graveyard. Now, we have a weird conglomeration of cards. Is this a keep? What does the Burning Wish do? The Burning Wish can't get me an Entomb effect, which is what I need. I think I'll mulligan this one, but I would keep a hand of this quality on 5. Excuse me. Yeah, this'll be acceptable. This is just Dark Ritual, Entomb, Shallow Grave, fucking go. The question is, do I keep Rite of Flame, which is currently not castable, or do I keep Shallow Grave to try a second time later? I think I keep Shallow Grave to try a second time later. I will find plenty of artifact mana and such. Oh, yeah. Okay. As long as this is like some Maverick deck or something, we are going to fucking destroy them right now. If it's like a bug control deck and that's a one of, it's a different story. Dark Ritual. Entomb. We will find a Grizzlebrand. I will Shallow Grave it. Oh, don't Endurance me. My heart can't take it. Oh, thank God. This deck is fucking sick. Let's go. Okay. How much of the juke plan do I want to play? So if my opponent's playing some sort of Maverick pile, they're going to have creatures that get in the way of this shit. So I don't think Ragavan is good, but I think I want to play Dragon Rage Channeler. And I will probably play Ragavan when I'm on the play, anyway. I think I'll go Unburial Rites out, Children out, trim 1 reanimation spell. Actually, no, let's trim 2 pieces of mana and keep the reanimation spell. The sideboarding here, not an exact science. The other thing I can do is just bring in the Reanimate as well. Or bring in the 4th Exhume. I don't hate that. Bring in the 4th Exhume for 1 Rite of Flame. Oh my god, can you imagine Dragon Rage Channeler during the combo turn? Like, how much that allows you to do? I mean, this just turn 1s again. Like, let's go. Like, show me your hate. I didn't mean literally. I meant metaphorically, really? Okay. Shame concede? Like, I'm not winning this game. No, I don't want to concede. I want my opponent to show me what deck they're on. Because I assume it's some, like, 3-color Maverick deck. But I should probably figure that out. Oh, they didn't just take my Lotus Petal? Surprising. I think I just flooped that into play still. Underground Sea. Now that means counter spells are possible. Baleful Strix, sure. Okay, this is a pivotal moment. Right here is probably the moment where I decide whether or not I just concede this game. I don't really want to show my opponent this tech. I think I'm going to concede here and just hide this information. I think I'm very unlikely to win the game through, like, Leyline, which just clunked up that whole hand. But now I won't just lose to Leyline. Let's maybe trim 1 Grizzlebrand, go down a Rite of Flame. I think we still have enough mana without it. Junk Agorio's Vengeance. Junk 1 LED, maybe? Junking 1 LED seems reasonable. I think it's also reasonable to just bring in Reanimate over 1 Shallow Grave, so that I can just reanimate Dragon Rage Channelers and Ragavans, which I think will be good in this matchup. Would I like to play first? I would. Just Ragavan turn 1. Be real close to shenanigans later on. This is fine. I would not call this hand ideal, but this is fine. I'm hoping my opponent mulligans deep, looking for a ley line, and then I just steal the game with a monkey. Because he pilfers? Because he pilfers. Opponent goes to 6. And they did not start with a ley line. Okay. Then it's time for some monkey business. Badlands. Ragavan. Your move. Oh no, Force of Will. Pitching Force of Negation. Alright, so now we're hoping to either draw the other combo piece we need or another Ragavan or Dragon Rage Channeler. I can also just... oh, fuck. I was about to say I can also just straight up exhume Ragavan. I was not planning on playing around Wasteland. I didn't really have the ability to be honest. Drop into Bird. Okay. Mountain. I think I am not playing that to just hard discard Grizzlebrand next turn. Remember, you gotta think with portals sometimes. I'll move to cleanup, discard Grizzlebrand. Tropical Island from the opponent. What fresh hell awaits? Probably just endurance. Alright. Mountain Pass. Not yet. Why did opponent keep their hand? That's the question I'm currently asking. Like, are they just sandbagging in endurance for as long as humanly possible? Alright, we got some tapping and untapping action a couple of times before my opponent just played Uro. Faithless Looting is quite good. Just lets me dig to a black land. Or not. Not's fine too. Get rid of a Thoughtseize and a Shallow Grave, I think. I think I will play this land. I've got Flashback Faithless Looting to work towards. Although the next time I draw a land, it should just be black, and so it should be go time, but we'll see. Dryad Arbor. Hope I don't just get, like, natural ordered. It would be really hard to just, like, beat an Archon or something here. But I think my opponent's just playing Uro from graveyard this turn. I'm really hoping that I draw a black land, go Dark Ritual, exhume, and then Shallow Grave in response to their endurance because they didn't just play it out earlier. That would be super fucking sick. Come on. Not like this. Let me do the thing. Alright, 7 incoming damage. Put me to 12. Means I only get 1 draw 7. Oh, Tower to 4 or 5 just from my graveyard. I think I'm unlikely to win here. I mean, I'll try. I'll keep going. The thing is that if this gets countered or otherwise dealt with, it becomes much harder to actually do the things that I want to do. If I block Uro and take 4, I go to 8. 8 means I can still Grizzlebrand. Or I can keep Dragon Rage Channeler in play so that I can do the Exhume plus Shallow Grave line. I think that's more important. And I ultimately end up Shallow Grave Haste, attack in for 5, and try to win from there. Alright, let's take it. Go to 2. LED. LED does not make black mana the way I need it to. I can flashback Faithless Looting and do nothing with that. We came up a little bit short this one. But that round was also really fun. Okay, round 3. This hand doesn't quite do anything. It's close to doing multiple things, but it doesn't quite do anything on its own. I'm gonna mulligan. This has turn 1 Entomb, turn 2 Exhume. That's a keep. We'll toss back the Tendrils. Bayou. Allosaurus Shepherd. The opponent is playing Elves. Alright. Land go. I'll also have, like, Burning Wish and a Pyroclasm as something that I can do in the not-too-distant future as well. Which is sick. Firewood Symbiote is fine. Now, my opponent can have Endurance, so that's just something to kind of keep in the back of my head. I don't think I get to play around it here. Just in terms of the raw speed of my opponent's deck. And Tomb. 1 Grizzlebrand. Use this card. And I don't think it matters too much which land I play, so I'll just play Mountain. I will Exhume and return my Grizzlebrand. I will draw 7 now. See what my mana situation looks like. Not great. I don't think I'm willing to draw another 7 currently. Next turn I can Burning Wish for a Pyroclasm though, which should be pretty sick. Like, I have to hit one of 4 Lotus Petals in order to really go off here. I was hoping to hit, like, either a Lotus Petal or an LED and at least play out some of these cards rather than just guarding all of them, but yeah. Alright, my opponent has bounced Allosaurus Shepherd, so it seems like they're going to go for a Glimpse turn. Discard Grizzlebrand, Bloodstained Mire, a Faithless Looting, and Entomb. Entomb's not super valuable. Alright, that's a glimpse. Is there any world in which I draw 7 here? Can't really think of it. They don't really have free instant speed interaction. I'm just going to go ahead and F6. Okay, that's an untap. And then they'll just replay the Heritage Druid, the Wooded Foothills, and they'll replay Allosaurus Shepherd. Yeah, that's all fine. And then a concession. I think that concession's early. I think Grizzlebrand's beatable with Elves. You can make so much damage. Okay. I don't think Ragavan is good against my opponent. I do think Pyroclasm, and to a slightly lesser extent the Massacre that's in my board, are totally reasonable against my opponent. I will bring in Dragon Rage Channelers as flyers, though. Notably, though, if my opponent does actually hardcast Endurance, Dragon Rage Channeler is not particularly good against that card. So, let's go Tendrils out, Unburial Rites out, Children out, and 1 Rite of Flame out, I think. There's a world where I just board in Massacre as just a 4-mana sweeper, because if I wish, I would wish for Pyroclasm. Yeah, I actually don't hate that. Let's do that over 1 Rite of Flame. Maybe I should just have more fetch lands. These basics are not great. So I just go like turn 1 Dragon Rage Channeler, LED, try to Burning Wish for a land. This hand is awkward. I think it's keepable, but I'd rather mulligan. What does this one do? This is just another hand where I have like the wrong colors. I wanted 2 of each basics for like Delver matchups, but just getting super punished with the way these look. Mulligan. This is a keep. I keep 5 of these. So Grizzlebrand goes back. And then these 5 cards produce a Grizzlebrand on turn 2. So I'll put back Burning Wish despite the fact that it gets Pyroclasm. Fuck. Ley lines of different arts. The ultimate daggers. Now, personally, I like this newer leyline art, the M21. I'm a big fan. I just think it's vivid. Alright, forest into 1 elf. Alright, not drawing the right portion of the deck here. Rough. I think I'd take the Allosaurus Shepherd here, actually, over the Glimpse. I don't know, maybe that's not true. Like, these 2 cards kind of aren't castable right now. This card is castable right now, and it's also a win condition. Let's take the Allosaurus Shepherd now. And maybe we can draw another discard effect. I'm going to get poked for 1, down to 17. Okay. Down to 16. And an opponent found a Dryad Arbor. I'm going to get a Badlands out of my deck in response, so I don't want to draw lands. No. Alright, there's an Elvish Visionary, which is a redraw. I think the Anemic Beats plan is just gonna get me here. Well, I will Thoughtseize. Yikes. Yeah. Cool. I'll take a glimpse. I am pretty damn dead. I think my opponent just like glimpses and just like draws a couple of cards, and those couple of cards are enough to just like poke me to death faster. They don't even need to combo off. Just like drawing 2 or 3 cards, putting a few elves into play. That will be plenty. Burning Wish for Pyroclasm. is one of the big things I could do to, like, get myself out of this current situation. Would probably need to be Burning Wish next turn. I'm taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 next turn. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Well, I guess if I draw exactly Burning Wish next turn. Like land, Burning Wish, Pyroclasm, wipe the board. Nah. I don't think I'm winning from there after just discarding 5 cards and my opponent having the ley lines in play. Okay. On the play, do I want Ragavan? It can trade with Elves. If it doesn't trade with Elves, helps my go wide plan. I don't think the Rite of Flames are particularly strong in this deck. I feel like the Rite of Flames out. And is it just 2 Ragavans? But I think I like just playing the 4-mana Massacre. Okay, sorry, I got a message from someone that I'll answer in a minute. Not sure about the other 2 Ragavans. Let's do it. If I treat them as a removal spell for an elf, I think conceptually that's a better way to view it. Maybe I'll go out 1 Shallow Grave then. Alright. Land, Petal, Burning Wish, 3 mana. I can make a bunch of goblins on turn 2. Like turn 1, Thoughtseize them. Turn 2, land, Petal, Burning Wish, 1 floating from Petal, crack LED. It's like a moderate number of goblins. Is that fine? So it's 1, 2, 3. It's 8 goblins. I probably attack for 7, then 6, then 4-ish. That might not be enough to get there. That's tricky. It like doesn't interact with the graveyard though, which I like. Let's keep it. It can get a lot better if I draw 1 more piece of artifact mana. Okay, so my opponent mulliganed to 5 and went double Leyline of the Void. I think the goblins will win on that hand. Alright. Badlands and Thoughtseize you. Alright, Thoughtseize reveals Thoughtseize and Elvish Visionary. I will take Thoughtseize. Okay. It's looking good. Okay, they didn't just rip Thoughtseize to just ultimately dagger me. Land. Metal. LED. Hold priority. Burning Wish. 1, 2. Crack this for black. Or no, sorry, crack this for red. We're going goblins. I will use Burning Wish's ability. Thank you for asking. And I will empty my warrens all over the place. Got a little bit of a lag spike there, but that's fine. 8 goblins. What you got? A concession. The Tenderizer is now on the scoreboard. Triple Elvish Visionary. 3 of a kind's good. 8 of a kind is better. Okay. Oh wait, I need to shut this fan off. Don't want you all getting that background noise. Okay, so what does this hand do? Land, Lotus Petal, 3 mana, turn 1. Entomb. If I get to 5 mana, I can Grizzlebrand. That's not... like, we're almost there. I think I mulligan this. I want to aggressively win game 1 if possible. This does it, right? So, Lotus Petal, land, LED, Burning Wish, crack LED, get Exhume Grizzlebrand. Yeah, this is a keep. And I'll throw the second Grizzlebrand into the deck, I guess. Alright. Let's play the Force of Will check game. Fun game. Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond. Gotta hold that priority. Burning Wish. Crack for black. Don't Force of Will me. Let me do it, yes! Alright, Burning Wish for Exhume. Cast Exhume. Oh, come on. Don't give me hope like that. Don't give me hope like that. Damn you, Choco Cookie. You wanna wasteland me too? Take my lunch money? No. I get to keep my lunch money. The good news is the Grizzlebrand is in the graveyard, so every reanimation spell I rip from here on out is just disgustingly good. Exhibit A. Alright, we are seeing a fetch. Could be for a daze. Or an Ice Fang Coatl. Force a Will. Sure. So we're most likely playing against a Bant control deck. The sideboard juke is probably going to be pretty damn good here. Oh, Narset is strong. Narset finds Narset. Okay, and I'll go to 18. Alright. The Grizzlebrand is a lot less good when it doesn't draw 7 cards. And now it's Jace the Mind Sculptor. I can still kill via Storm. But I might just be comfortable conceding here. Like, killing through Storm against the deck that's comfortable, like, just Fate Sealing already probably means they have another counterspell. I think I'm dead enough that I'm just going to concede here and not let my opponent look at like 10 more of my cards. I should have conceded in response to the Jace Fate Seal if I was going to do it, but yeah. Alright. 8 idiots in for, I think, Children, Rite of Flames. Gorios can only target legendaries, Unburial Rites, and one Grizzlebrand? One Grizzlebrand. It's an exact science, this deck. So this is a deck where I expect my opponent to board out a bunch of their Swords to Plowshares, Prismatic Ending sort of cards, and they might just be left with something like Ice Fang Coatl as removal for a Grizzlebrand. Which means these sideboard cards should do sick work. And then in game 3, I'll spend some time in sideboarding trying to figure out like how exactly I want to play it. This hand produces no initial mana. Mulligan. How much do I believe in Dragon Rage Channeler? This much? Like, the rest of the hand is not super great. I think I'm gonna go to 5. This is the best hand so far, quite easily. I keep this. Shallow Grave will go back. And LED? LED can do some broken stuff with Ragavan, though. Maybe Looting. Maybe Looting goes back and I keep the mana. Alright, Badlands. Ragavan. It has resolved. Great. Alright. Don't Swords of Plowshares me? Nice. Alright, let's crash in and then we can do some surveilling shenanigans afterwards. Get a monkey. There's 2 damage, and I guess I can always yield to this. And a Brainstorm. Brainstorm's pretty sick. Alright, so let's play Dragon Rage Channeler first. Then I can do Surveil nonsense. Let's go blue. Pass this. Surveil. Dark Ritual can go to my bin. Shallow Grave and Exhume. Well, actually, Exhume is kind of interesting. I can just, like, keep returning these idiots. There's an instant. I'd like to put an artifact into the graveyard. I'd also like to put a sorcery into the graveyard. And a land. Okay, let's... Maybe LED is something I junk. Okay, yeah. So let's put LED and Exhume on top. Play Lotus Petal. Surveil 1. Sorcery goes into the graveyard. Actually, I guess I'll fetch the next one away, in all likelihood. Yeah, I guess I'll fetch the other one away, just like a normal blue deck. We'll have Sorcery, lands, instant, land. And I can junk Lotus Petal for artifact as well. Get the other Badlands. Burning Wish. Burning Wish makes me wish I hadn't gotten rid of the LED. I think I'll pre-combat Burning Wish. Just so I can surveil and try to hit an artifact or creature. Entomb is quite good. That just like works towards Entomb, Exhume, Shallow Grave shenanigans. I will put that on top of my library. Use this ability, yes. And I think I just grab a Reanimate. I'll attack in with both of these creatures. Alright. Seems like Ice Fang Coatl is likely. Just gonna junk my Ragavan. And draw your card. Okay, yeah, we'll trade, and then I will just bring Ragavan right back. So I will reanimate, target Ragavan, pay this. That turns on Dragon Rage Channeler. I still like Entomb. Force of Negation eats it. I mean, that's fine. Exhume on Ragavan is a little awkward. Like, my opponent would get Ice Fang Quaddle. I could Shallow Grave Ragavan, but I think it's just better to Entomb and then go for a Grizzlebrand, draw 7 next turn. So the good news about the Sylvan Library trigger is that, like, my opponent probably doesn't get to draw cards off of them. Question mark. Blooded Strand. Let's try to Entomb. I don't want to draw Dark Ritual. That can just go into my graveyard. And this will be a Big Daddy Grizzlebrand. Burning Wish. Okay. I think I tried a Shallow Grave Grizzlebrand. Yeah, that can go to graveyard. So you got that Endurance or Force of Negation? Sure. Oh no, they have like Swords of Plowshares afterwards. That's very good if they do. I was hoping to juke most of that stuff. So the Exhume is now awkward because... Oh no, Dragon Rage Channeler went to exile. It's not awkward at all. I am just living in fear of Endurance, though. The card's so good. Oh, they drew a card. An Uro. Okay, that's reasonable. Opponent has 2 cards. Are they going to be Force blue card or Endurance green card? They don't have green available for Endurance currently. Oh, just another Uro. Sure. Okay. Coast is relatively clear. Let's go. Exhume. Grizzlebrand. Alright, opponent gets to draw with Ice Fang Coatl, and I get to try to kill them. Which doesn't quite do anything. I think I draw more cards. Alright. I now have Dark Ritual plus LED. Got Tendrils. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to play that land. It's, in fact, very bad that I did. Because now I can't draw another 7 and fetch. Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck. That's so tilting. Oh, man. Okay, so what's the line given that I did that? 6 mana to work with off of Burning Wish. I can just make a bunch of goblins. Hold on, I do have Burning Wish, right? I do have Burning Wish. So I fetch a red source, and then I can't Dark Ritual? Shit. I wonder if I just lost myself the game for doing that. Is Children in the sideboard? Children is in the sideboard, okay. What about like Baby Tendrils? Baby Tendrils, draw 7 with Grizzlebrand again. Okay, I discard so many cards. I could also just draw 7, hope to hit a Lotus Petal. Ah, that misclick was so bad. I'm gonna draw 7 more and hope to hit Petal. I hit a lot of Lion's Eye Diamonds. That's frustrating. Really frustrating. Alright. Thoughtseize, Entomb, you. You. No more. You. No more. You. This round was just so absolutely 1-2. That's the frustrating part. I just had like very easy lethal Tendrils off Grizzlebrand. If I just didn't, if I clicked either one of these lands, either one. All right, that's an Uro. Into Relic, sure. Into Swords to Plowshares, sure. All right. If I still have a lethal Storm kill, to get to 8. So just like raw spells, not counting mana. I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, it just like involves 2 Tendrils? I think I can just get there. I'm going for it this turn because I just like die if I don't. So it's Dark Ritual. Just Tendrils now. That's 4 mana. Tendrils now. Then that's 4 damage. Puts the opponent to 12. And then Burning Wish. Storm is 3. Crack triple LED. Storm is 4 on the second one, which is 8, which is not lethal. The Relic in play. Okay, so it has to be like Tendrils, then empty. Not great. Not great. Choose target player, I choose you. Same targets. Burning Wish. Glad I clicked on Burning Wish. Burning Wish. Red. Black. Holding priority. Crack for red. Crack for black. Just short of lethal tendrils, so it has to be goblins. Probably a fine time for my opponent to crack relic. Just try to draw into a force if they don't have one. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Alright, and that's a force. I'm comfortable conceding to that. It's super frustrating that I lost that game to a misclick. Okay, let's work this hand out. Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Lion's Eye Diamond, Cast Shallow Grave, Hold Priority, Crack LED, Grizzlebrand is in the yard. This is a keep. We just go for it on turn 1 without even making a land drop first. Alright, here we go. Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Lion's Eye Diamond, Cast Shallow Grave, Holding Priority. I think I cracked this for black still. I guess I'll take both colors. All right. This returns Grizzlebrand. I will draw 7. Cast a Lotus Petal. We are probably going to Tendrils my opponent this turn. Go with another 7. Play Lotus Petal. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Cast a Thoughtseize. See if my opponent will let me know what deck they are playing. I expect a concession here, but we also just have natural tendrils on turn 1. Alright, not knowing what my opponent is playing, I will board in 8 cards. Go you out, you out, you out, you out, and 4 Rite of Flames out. Kind of been my go-to plan. Also possible I should keep 1 tendrils just for finishing my opponent off with these, and just board down 1 Grizzlebrand too. Okay, my opponent kept their hand with 7 cards. My hand is, like, close to doing stuff, but I think I'm just going to mulligan this. Turn 1 Ragavan? Sure. I'm going to keep this. And if my opponent's playing a Wasteland deck, I want to have all these lands. Dark Ritual doesn't really fit in with anything right now. I'm going to go ahead and bin that. Alright, Underground Sea, pass. The question is, do I want to Thoughtseize on 1 or Ragavan on 1? I think I want to Thoughtseize on 1. Off basic Swamp. This can clear the way for Ragavan, and if my opponent's a combo deck, I want to do this Disruption anyway. Brainstorm. Now, if my opponent is a combo deck, I'll have wanted to play Ragavan on turn 1, but yeah. Oh god, that's a good hand. Just very redundant. There's 2 different tutors here. I can't take them off tutors. I'm just going to take them off of Dark Ritual. Alright. So then I will play Ragavan and hope to kind of staple together a kill. Like, I can use my opponent's like Thoughtseizes and Ponders and Brainstorms and stuff to do a surprising amount of BS. Oh man, now I wish I had played Badlands on 1. Shit. But not, yeah, alright. It's fine. Go Gadget Ragavan. Because Ragavan into Dragon Rage Channeler is a lot of pressure. And then hopefully I find something cool to do with my opponent's stuff. Ragavan is very good against Ant. Alright, Badlands from the opponent. I wouldn't be surprised to see Grim Tutor cast here. Probably just getting like a Lion's Eye Diamond or something. Actually, it might need to be a Cabal Ritual because of the Past in Flames. Yeah, it probably needs to be a Cabal Ritual. Alright, that puts him to 16. You lose a little bit of life for that. Tormod's Crypt. That's fine. I'm not on the unfair plan currently. I am on the hit you with a monkey plan. Go monkey, go. Alright, Ragavan trigger. Alright, Lotus Petal. Oh yeah, I'll play Lotus Petal. Oh, I have to go to my main phase. Lotus Petal, and I get to Surveil. Shallow Grave goes to graveyard. Alright, do I want to fetch? I think I do want another red source. Like, the difference of 1 life is the difference of a Tendrils activation, though. Okay. Let's go Faithless Looting here. I just want to make sure Dragon Rage Channeler is a big next turn. Oh, Grizzlebrand. Grizzlebrand is dope. Guard Grizzlebrand. Bloodstained Mire. And if at any point my opponent decides to crack Tormod's Crypt, I can Shallow Grave and put a Grizzlebrand into play. And draw some cards. A little weird. Alright, opponent just casts Infernal Tutor. So I think, okay, they reveal a Lotus Petal. That's what they got with Infernal Tutor last turn? No, it really felt like it should be Cabal Ritual. Oh, but 2 Lotus Petals gets them to Threshold. I see. Okay. Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, so I do just want to hit my opponent for 5. And if my opponent cracks, I produce a Grizzlebrand. Okay. Ragavan. Ragavan hits Extirpate. Hot damn. I think I just straight up Extirpate Infernal Tutors right now. Just no. I will surveil a Lion's Eye Diamond into the graveyard. Alright. Infernal Tutors. Okay, does this one take it? Okay. Or I already clicked on it. Also, all of those are in there. The opponent has Flusterstorm and Past in Flames in hand. Alright, sick. Is there anything in here I care about? 1, empty the Warrens. Alright, I guess I should snip this. This does matter. Okay. Do I want to Shallow Grave? Do I want to Faithless Looting? If I Shallow Grave, it cracks the Tormod's Crypt, and then I don't really want to do that. I could just Faithless Looting. That's a solid use of my mana. I guess I'll use the treasure token. Oh, Thoughtseize. Is that actually good? Like, I can just take the Fluster, and then Shallow Grave is more of a thing. No, I think I just want to find another threat. Oh, Thoughtseize came back. Dark Ritual, LED, go to the bin. And I guess I Thoughtseize. It lets me surveil if nothing else. Marsh Flats goes to the graveyard. Take your Flusterstorm. And then I will pass the turn. I have my opponent on a 2-turn clock. They are resource light. Ragavan effectively draws me a card. I also just have access to Oops, I Grizzlebranded, which is cool. Looking through their outs, they do have a Karakas in their deck that can just randomly bounce a Ragavan. So, like, that's a thing. Lion's Eye Diamond. And pass the turn. Oh. Okay, you've got Past in Flames. Not really much I can do about that. Is this just a Past in Flames for a Brainstorm? Alright, or they can Grim Tutor. Alright, sure. Dark Ritual. Oh, they could empty. They could empty and then try to Tormod's Crypt and trade with both my creatures. Okay, they're going for Brainstorm instead. Sure. Okay, Brainstorm again. Kinda going for broke here. LED. That's very good. Extirpate. Targeting Shallow Grave. Well, obviously that's strong. Do I find it make enough Storm to actually kill me? I'm at 15. So they go Grim Tutor, go down to 1 mana, hold priority Tendrils, and deal 16. I'm gonna die. Yeah. I liked how I played that one too, with like holding up the Shallow Grave in case my opponent ever cracked the Crypt. Did not really expect to lose from that position. Okay, now I've got a game where I'm on the play. My threats are much more potent on the play. My opponent can change their sideboarding a bit too. Karakas deals with Grizzlebrand, that's something to keep in mind. I think I like how I've boarded. I'm going to spend a little bit of time in sideboarding, kind of like pretending like I'm switching things around, and then submit the same 75. Well, the same 60, you know. Alright, here we go. Geez, that scrub line's awkward. So, I'm 1 mana short from producing a Grizzlebrand on turn 2. I'm going to mulligan this hand. I would like to do something on the play. God, fuck this scrubland, it's back. This hand can be Dark Ritual, double Thoughtseize, and then just hope to draw a red source for Ragavan. I don't think that's good. Why have you forsaken me? 4-card hand. Guess it's Ragavan. Ragavan is the plan. One land goes back, the Dark Ritual goes back, and the LED goes back. I click done. I pray to my monkey god. Save me. That I think was kind of exceptionally poor luck in terms of like how that mana turned out. Alright, Delta. Into Thoughtseize me. Thoughtseize me, taking my Thoughtseize. That's okay. Land is not what I'm looking for. But hopefully my opponent's cards are good. I will take them. Ragavan trigger. Finds Tendrils. That's not a bad thing to rip out of their deck. We're not quite to casting that bad boy yet, though. Ponder. I'm not super worried about dying quickly to my opponent's deck. Like, Ant can go fast, but they usually need a couple of turns to sculpt. So as long as I can find a little more pressure or a little disruption, they can probably be okay. Like, they're at 14 already between Thoughtseize, 2 fetches, and Ragavan. The second Ragavan is legendary and doesn't do nearly as much as the first, unfortunately. I need a little bit of RNG to go my way here. Alright, Ragavan trigger. Dark Ritual. Not what I'm looking for. I will play this fetch land because of opposing brainstorms. It makes my own Faithless Looting a little bit worse, but I think I'm fine with that. Turn 3 is about the turn where I start to get worried by Ant. We've made Ad Nauseam lines worse, but TES is really more of the Ad Nauseam deck. Tapping for black mana makes me nervous. Yep. Alright, oh. Just Dark Ritual before Ponder. Interesting. Okay, followed immediately by a Brainstorm off the Lotus Petal. All feels a little strange to me in terms of sequencing. Just hard to know what opponent was doing without being able to see their hand here. A Lion's Eye Diamond. I'm just going to be dead to Past in Flames based Storm here. Or if their last card is Tendrils. Or sorry, is Infernal Tutor. I'm just actually I took their Tendrils. Do you have another win condition? You have another win condition? I took your Tendrils. No, you have empty. It will empty for a lot of goblins. Alright, so opponent is just chaining off all the spells they can. And now they'll Infernal Tutor. Okay, they don't have red mana currently. They didn't crack LED. Did they just miss on their opportunity to crack their LED and then accordingly not make goblins? Thoughtseize me, yeah. I think they fucked up. Oh, no. Okay, the Infernal Tutor is still castable. They didn't fuck up. They make a lot of goblins. Like a disgusting amount of goblins. Lotus Petal, not the appropriate draw. And I just have to concede here. Unfortunate. Okay, so that puts us at a 1-4 in this league. Let's debrief a little bit here to wrap things up. Let's start by looking at the original deck list for a second. I think we definitely improved from the original deck list. The original deck list felt like it just did nothing too much of the time, because basically on a hand where you didn't have Entomb or Faithless Looting plus Grizzlebrand, you just kind of did nothing. And in my gold fishing games, both the ones that I recorded and a few other ones, just all kind of went like that. Now if we look at this version, I feel like by adding the Exhumes and the Burning Wish packages, I created more sets of things that were keepable. And I liked that a lot. I will say I'm not convinced I have everything quite right here. I 100% think that a mountain and a swamp are supposed to be 2 Badlands. I just don't think you get to play more than one of each basic here, because as we saw, the mana requirements in terms of colored pips are a little intense, and you really need to have the right colors at the right times. So as far as the main deck, that's what I'd change. As far as the sideboard goes, the Burning Wish package felt pretty darn good. Like we picked up Exhume once and like did the Grizzlebrand thing. We picked up Tendrils and got a kill. I think we got an empty kill versus Elves, and the ability to melt down or Pyroclasm is really sick as well. I do like the sideboard juke. It provided a really cool angle of pressure. The Dragon Rage Channeler was a lot of selection in a deck that doesn't quite have as much selection as it might like. And, I mean, Ragavan was really strong versus Ant. Like, we didn't win that game, but the Ragavan was really good. We mulliganed pretty deep in that match, unfortunately. But as far as a brew goes, I'm happy with, like, this first iteration of tuning it. Like, there's room to go from here. Like, Rite of Flame felt kind of medium. I never did anything with Children of Corliss. Like, maybe you need something else to dump creatures into the graveyard, or maybe you play a couple other non-Grizzlebrand creatures, so you have a greater chance of just like faithless looting them. There's options as far as what you do go. Ultimately, I feel like we made something that's a little bit less consistent than Red-Black Reanimator, but has sort of the rogue brewer's advantage, and that people aren't going to know what you're doing, and they're not going to know how to sideboard against you. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Tenderizer, and my donor, I hope you feel like this was faithful to the spirit of what you were trying to mess around with. I changed a lot of cards, but I felt like I kept the spirit, and in a donation deck list, I feel like that's what's important. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing that. There's lots of sweet Legacy action coming your way 7 days a week. If you're really enjoying, consider doing a donation deck list and sponsoring one of my videos. Have a great rest of the day. Keep playing Legacy. It's so fun right now.